We live in a fast-paced, technologically advanced world where we're taught that to be happy, we have to do more, be more, and have more. So we're constantly going to achieve some future success that will make us happy, right? And I meet with people all the time who are under so much stress and pressure at work. I mean, the statistics show that work stress really is the #1 stress for people. So I talk to them and I'll say, "Oh, you're working hard?" And they go, "Yeah." I said, "How's that working for you?" And they go, "Oh my God, I come home at night, I'm exhausted and I'm stressed." And I say to them, "Well, what are you working so hard for anyway?" And they'll pause and they'll think and they'll say, "Well, I'm working so that one day I can enjoy life. I can have time with the people I love. I can enjoy a time to be happier and less busy and really just appreciate all that life has provided me." And then as I watch people, minutes pass, days pass, weeks pass, months pass, years and decades pass. And then all of a sudden, those people have sacrificed their health, their well-being, and their body, because stress does take its toll on your body, to be happy. So when the time comes that they retire or they're ready to have fun, they're worn out. Their bodies are too tired to really enjoy it. I don't want that to be you, and I certainly don't want it to be me. My belief is that you can't magically wait for a time when you'll be able to enjoy life. You have to enjoy life now, even in the midst of working so hard. Years ago, I was a single mom and a Silicon Valley business lawyer. And boy, did I feel stress. And it really took its toll on my body, my mind, my parenting, and my work. I experienced stress at several different points during the day. It would start when I woke up in the morning, and my little boy Justin would get up, and I thought, okay, I gotta get him up early. I gotta make breakfast. I've got to get his lunch ready for school. I've got to make sure his homework is done, is together, and I've got to check the weather. Does he need a jacket? And so I would be hurrying him along. And we love our kids. My parents loved me, well-meaning parents. And yet we're pressuring our kids. That swirl of stress is swirling around and landing on them. And so then I would get in the car, and the stress #2 was the school drop-off. I would take his hand and I would take him into school, and I would try to avoid the moms there that had the time to be with the kids. As a single mom, I had to work, and it was very stressful. And they'd say, "Oh, are you able to come to the field trip to the Natural History Museum?" And I'd say, "No." And they'd say, "Well, it'd be really great for Justin if you could just come to school, a couple times and be a room parent." I said, "I know, I just can't." Or, "Can you bake these cookies?" And I'm like, "Well, I can do that," because I'm thinking I could pick him up, I could drop him off, I could send him with Justin. But I already felt, when I dropped him off, I already felt like I was losing, like I'd already lost, because I was a failure. I felt like I was a failure at a mom. And then I got to work, and I had stress because I needed to be successful as a lawyer. I needed to do well, and I was really the only single mom in the firm. Even people that had kids, they had another partner to help with, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I just had to think of just focus, just do what I can. And I prayed that the senior partner didn't come and tell me I had to travel, which did happen a few times. He'd come and say, "Gina, you're flying to Washington, D.C. tomorrow." And I'd say, "Great." And I'd say, "Oh God, now what am I gonna do about Justin? Who's gonna pick him up? Where's he gonna sleep? What's gonna happen?" Because I had to go to be successful, to enjoy life at some point in the future, undefined point. And then I'd get home, and someone would have picked up Justin from school and daycare, and I would start cook dinner, do your homework, you gotta be successful at school. And I forgot, more often than not, how to just enjoy life with him. I was so busy supporting our life that I forgot to actually live life. Does that sound familiar? Does that happen to you too? Well, that went on day after day after day after day, and there were those glimpses, those moments that I found joy with him and that I paused. But boy, where they were just glimpses, not a life, and that's no way to lead a life. And yet during that time, during those moments, there were gifts and lessons. Because know this, what is wrong and what is upsetting is always available and out there. And yet so is what is right. Where focus goes, energy flows. That peak performance expert Tony Robbins teaches it over and over again. Where your focus goes, your energy will flow. And so finding those gifts was a great treasure hunt for me. First gift, you don't have to win the lottery to feel financially free and satisfied, take a moment and figure out how much you really need to be comfortable. What is the excess? You don't need to win the lottery to be happy. The next gift was I didn't need to be the most successful, the best lawyer in Silicon Valley to be successful. So what I focused on was just finding my spot, my place as an expert in multimedia, software development, and game development. I was the go-to person. Was I the best lawyer in the firm? It didn't really matter. But I found my success in my niche. And another great gift that I realized is I made the moments with my son count. You know, time, being there, isn't as important as really being all in and present with your child. So we built Legos together. We went on picnics, and I was intentional. When we sat down to dinner, we talked about the magical moments in our lives, hence my book, What's Your Magical Moment? I made the moments count. You know, I had very clear rules. He knew the rules of the game, and so did I, for what was okay and what was not okay in the house. And we just lived and got things done that way because we had a reward. We got to be together and celebrate and have joyful, magical moments together because I made the time. Even if it was just a little bit of time, I made time. I also created a great support network of friends where I took their kids, they took my kids. We did our best to support each other and lift each other. I also allowed myself to be human. I cut myself some slack. Was I perfect all the time? Heck no, I was human all the time. And I would say to myself, gee, I'm so adorable when I totally screw this up. Because I wasn't going to allow myself to beat myself up when I was working so hard for a beautiful life. So I created that beautiful life. Allow yourself to be human. And the most important thing, and it may sound cliche, is I practice gratitude. I went to sleep at night with a heart filled with gratitude. And as I fell off into a deep sleep, I remembered what I was grateful for. And you know, right now, and you'll hear more about my life in other videos, but I'm married to the man of my dreams, and we have 5 kids, 3 that I brought to our family and 2 that he brought to our family. We live magical moments. I'm madly in love, and I continue to practice those same things that I learned as I was challenged as a single mom and finding my beautiful life. So think about those. I hope they help. If you enjoyed this video, you know, there'll be more just like it. Just subscribe to my email list and know that you too, in the midst of the chaos of our fast-paced, technologically advanced world, you too can find a beautiful life. Mwah.